What is up, guys? John Coleman here. You're watching the Honest Reddick YouTube channel. This is part 4 of the spec / build. I'm going to try to keep this one short. I'm just going to do a little bit of the front end, the front suspension on it. And my plans are to have this truck done by Truck Nats, Shaw's Truck Nats, in November 13th. So, without any further delay, here you go. Kit that I built when I had my crawler, there was one little mistake on the book on it, but I found it and made it through it. Now I'll need the 18mm. Well, I'll need these two nuts for that. Them two nuts, M3 by 18mm button cap screws. There's one. And two. And now I'll need these other pins I have. Now I'll need to reintroduce my suspension just like so. I'm going to put the lower in the right side. Grab my pin. You got two gonna fight, get out of here. Line everything up. Like so. Tighten this down. There's one or two. Line that up. Take a screw, put through this. Your screw will go on the big flange side, which is a good thing Traxxas does, because they got that big flange on the pillow ball, just in case your plastic end link there that wears out around the pillow ball, it catches the pillow ball or catches the end link and won't let it pop all the way off, unless you can completely break it. But you will screw this down. All the way through. And it's calling for the M3 by 0.05 nut on the backside. This is where that cross wrench comes in the kit. Comes in handy. So you just use it to tighten up the nut. I'm using the 2mm to hold the screw. And then you want your suspension to fall freely, but I'm thinking there is something binding up here on the front suspension. I think it's right here in the hinge pins. Which this one I don't have it tight, but it's still binding up. But still pretty freely. Unlike, you know, my rear ones where it fell. It's alright, I can drive past that. Let's get this other one mounted up. Oh. This kit so far is pretty fast build. I'm not gonna lie. Just do it link. That's where I'll start screwing it in right there. Come back here. Sometimes you gotta talk to the inanimate object. Imagine if I cover my window back here, y'all probably be able to see better. But as you can see, it's daytime when I'm doing this video. All the other ones I've done at night before I went to bed. Just building it helps kind of ease my mind. Maybe I can do this without. Nope. Starting to turn the screw. Tie that up. And there's that part of the front suspension done. Now, I'll set this to the side. It's asking for the chassis brace or skid plate and the bell crank stuff. But being that I'm running the aluminum one here, I'll open it up. There's your part number if you need to know what the aluminum blue one is. Comes with their mounting instructions, extra set of screws with Loctite on them. So I might end up using them instead of the ones that come in the kit, because the ones that come in the kit do not have Loctite. Cut this plastic here so I can get this out. But you have the added durability of the aluminum plus the bearings, to where, you know, the stock kit is plastic, which I haven't broke one. I have seen one broke, but it's plastic and it has bushings. I may assemble that just to have a spare. But now at this point I need 2 of them washers. On each post. That's what the kit shows. Let me see what the installation instructions here show. If it shows I need to remove any of them or okay, yeah, tell me to retain all 4 of them. So I will put all 4 of them on there. And holding this way, I will set the bell crank on there. Might have to wiggle a bit. See, I push the bearing out there. So you just push it back in. Like so. Got that in. I need my long. Nope, that's not it. Cap screws. And the little silver washers that come in the kit. And the reason it uses these cap screws right here is Because when you put the front end on and you put it in the chassis, or mount the front end to the chassis, these here will key into a spot on the chassis, which keeps the post here from flexing. Back off here. I'll make sure my... Yeah, I know there's a bearing, but I want to make sure it just falls freely like that. Now it is asking me to grab 4 of the M12, the M4 12mm cap screws. Which I got 6 of them here, but I only need 4 at the moment. Or no, I only need 2. Grab the rest of the front end suspension. It will mount here. And these are going to be a 2.5 hex driver. Start one. Old mechanic adage: start one screw, or start all screws before tightening. That way you don't have a screw lining up issue with the other ones. Run that one in. Like so. Same way here. Right until it's tight. Now we'll turn the suspension back over. And I will need you know what? It's only one of them I'll use out of here that has. I'll set that aside. Now you will run up the M3 by 18 millimeter screws. Hold the bell crank out here like this. The bell crank is threaded, but being that I'm going up through it, so I can put a nut on the top side. I'm going to use my driver to run it in there. Till it hits. Same way on this side. Oh. Now we'll take our toe lengths and the big side of the pillow ball will go up. We'll put a nut on here. Grab a cross wrench, which is going to be kind of hard to do with the shock tower and everything on, but a little bit of persistence, you'll get it. So I do it this way. Yep, go through the shock tower like that. It's a lot easier. Nope. Till you break the screw loose. try a trick here. Okay, that worked. What I did there, now I'll show y'all in a minute. Grab another 18. Slide to the bottom of here. Oh, don't slide. Let me drop it for a second time. Okay. Put your toe link on that side as well. Grab your other little nut here. Turn it down with your crush wrench. Hold the back side of your screw. Tighten it down. Let me grab these off here because I need them for the other side. I put them in the wrong ones in the wrong spot. These are the ones I was wanting right here. Now, what I had done, I'm going to show y'all on this side, is when I put on my link, start my nut. Maybe I'll take this other one off just so I got room right here to work. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Take this other one off. Fall off. Okay. Put the link on. Another little tip is you see how right here I have the line going in, little notch in the turnbuckle here. You want to make sure they're all the same way. So what I'm going to do here is put this on there. I'll start the nut. Come on, work with me. And what I did, once I started the nut, I backed off the screw till the nut comes down to the pillow ball. I'll take my hex driver or my cross wrench, hold the nut, and then tighten this screw till it's tight. Once it's tight, your nut right there is tight against the pillow ball. That makes it easier when you don't really have a lot of room here to work with. Then we'll remount this side. Get my bell crank right. which I do have a driver that's small. Let me grab it. For these outside parts. A 5.5 millimeter driver. Run the other screw in the other end. This side's not so bad, you can do it without it. But geez, with toe links or camber link, suspension arms, and toe link, that's how much suspension travel you got compared to without the toe link on. Put this turnbuckle on. No, sorry I keep getting out of frame. Grab my nut driver. 5.5 nut driver. Run it down on there. Hopefully I can do it without the screw backing out. And that's tight. Now, that is done. This part I will use the M3x14 screw out of the aluminum bell crank bag. Or they're all the same. Could be a cap head screw. There's the one it calls for in the kit. This one that comes with the aluminum pillow ball for aluminum bell crank. Different lengths, but I will grab the steering link, put the screw through it, grab my 2.5 driver, and I'll move it back here where I got room. Or move to a spot where I got room to get to it. Which the plastic is thicker and longer. Man, because, you know, the plastic's got to be thicker and longer to withstand the blunt force. So screw that on there. You'll grab one of the sand screws and put these back in the bag. That way I got spare thread locked. See that blue stuff right there on the screw? That's the thread locker that's already put on from the manufacturer. Put that on the side, grab the servo saver. You can get by with the plastic bell crank. One of the biggest faults to the Slash is the servo saver. It's weak. It don't really it's the word I'm looking for. It don't really stay tight enough. Another spam risk. We'll put this, it don't really, it's too soft. is the word I'm looking for. Make sure you lay it like that on top of the screw. And you'll grab your other M3 nut, put it on the top side. And grab both my 5.5 driver and my 2.0 driver. 5.5 nut driver and 2.0 hex driver. And screw that together. Like so. We're going on almost an hour here. I don't know if I'm going to stop here. Or since the bumper's out of the bag, go ahead and mount the bumper. Well, I'll go ahead and mount the bumper. It's 4 screws. For the last part shown here. Turn it over. Grab the same countersunk screws from earlier. Start one. I always go across when I'm lining them up. Start 2. Three and 4. Come on. Always that one child. Run that down. And save my wrist for my years of mechanic, and I'm just going to run them down closer with the screwdriver, electric screwdriver. Especially in plastic, you don't want to tighten them up with the electric screwdriver because you run the risk of stripping them, which I have stripped them with by hand before. And that's how much finished so far. That's going to be all for today's video. That's where I'm going to stop for today. Because this video is already almost an hour long. And then in the next video, we will be mounting the shocks, which I'm still going to wait on them. Next video, I'm going to set this aside with the rear section. Next video, we will be working on chassis and servo and receiver. And I will show y'all in the next one. Next one's probably going to be just the servo, because I'll be putting the metal gears in it. So the next video may be a short video. On that note, be you, be true, be honest. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Dang, it looks long. Like and subscribe. See ya.